So the question is, what is a church supposed to be? And when I think of what a church is supposed to be, I think of the church where I belong. I am part of the Greenbrier Methodist congregation, and it is a parish. It is a place where differences are celebrated, commonalities are noticed, and we all come together for a common cause. Though we are different, the cause is the same. And each of our differences help to engage each other, help to engage the congregation. So, what is a church supposed to be? When I think of that, and I think of where I go to church, the first thing I think of is Matthew 18:20. And that says, "For where two or three are gathered in my name, there am I among them." That's important because that is saying that it takes two to be part of the congregation. I also think of 2 Corinthians verses 12:9 through 12:10, and this is taken from BSB Bible. "But he said to me, My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is perfected in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the more gladly in my weaknesses, so that the power of Christ may rest upon me. That is why, for the sake of Christ, I delight in weaknesses and insults and hardships and persecutions and difficulties. For when I am weak, then I am strong." And that is something that sticks with me in my life. That is something that I have memorized because, first of all, I don't think I understand it completely, and I think it'll take a lifetime to understand it. But second of all, that leads me to the belief, to the understanding that we are comforted in our weakness, that we are comforted through the gifts that Christ gave us and through the other people and their gifts. So when there are more than two among us, we are a family. When there are more than two among us, we can comfort each other, we can help each other. We can show God's strength through each other. So, what is a church? A church is where more than two are gathered, where we can receive comfort, empathy, and caring, where we can see God work through others. The church is a place that celebrates the Lord's Supper. And let me just say that I don't know that this is necessary with all churches, but with mine, my church works. My congregation is, the congregation that I'm part of is strong. So we do celebrate the Lord's Supper. And 1 Corinthians 11:23 through 26 says, "For I have received from the Lord what I also delivered to you, that the Lord Jesus on the night when he was betrayed took bread, and when he had given thanks he broke it, and said, This is my body, which is for you. Do this in remembrance of me. In the same way also he took the cup after supper, saying, The cup is the new covenant in my blood. Do this as often as you drink it in remembrance of me. For as often as you eat this bread and drink this cup, you proclaim the Lord's death until he comes." Sacrament is very meaningful. Sacrament helps create a parish. It does for the congregation I believe I'm part of. Sacrament is spiritual. It is powerful. It is of God. But this is also something that is powerful. It is powerful to eat and drink with others. It is powerful to share food. It is powerful to be there in community with others while taking the sacrament. So you see a theme in what I'm saying. The theme is community. The theme is parish. The theme is not separating, but coming together. The theme is us. The theme is not me. The theme is us. And also, what I think is incredibly important. A church is somewhere where we can not only celebrate our differences and our similarities, but also learn what those differences are and make that parish stronger, make the congregation stronger from those differences. 1 Corinthians, I like Corinthians, chapter 14, verse 26 says, "What then, brothers, when you come together, each one has a hymn, a lesson, a revelation, a tongue, or an interpretation. Let all things be done for building up. We are free to be ourselves and to help others. We are free. Let all things be done for building up." So, what that means to me is when we are free to be ourselves, we learn more of who we are, because it's a process, not a destination. We learn more of how we can give to the community, to the congregation, to the parish. We are able to comfort others in their weakness, and we are able to be comforted in ours. What in the world is a church? A church is a place where we are loved.